So as you all know, I've started reading Stephen King. I just finished Pet Sematary. And all I have to say is, oh my. What a very dark and ominous book. I mean, I've seen the movies. I think there's 3 Pet Sematary movies, and they were okay. And then I read the book. It is literally a completely different thing. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's odd. This is one of these. I've came to realize that I'm experiencing something that a lot of people have experienced and that they enjoyed a lot. And being able to discover a new author is just great. Why I was kind of not wanting to read Stephen King is I read his novella The Mist several years ago, and I'm like, this is just awful. But then I got older, and I've seen a lot of the people on BookTube mention Stephen King, like, he's cool, he's great. And I've come to find out The Mist was not something to judge Stephen King on. I mean, the novella was really bad, but his other books are just fantastic. I've actually got a copy of Thinner on the audiobook for my library, so I'm looking forward to listening to it. Pet Sematary follows Lewis and his wife as they move to a new house. There's a highway running back and forth, and the neighbor, the older man, which is just, the characters are so well fleshed out. Dr. Lewis, it's just, wow. I want to review Pet Sematary, but the book was just so good. The odd fact I noticed as I was listening to the audiobook of Pet Sematary, Michael C. Hall, the guy who played Dexter, is the one that was actually narrating it. That's one of the reasons I downloaded the audiobook, and it was good. One of the things I realized about it was that the Wendigo was never brought up in the movie. At least I don't remember so. Just the ambience of the book was striking, and it would be worth reading the book just for the ambience. Another thing I realized is Stephen King is highly intelligent when it comes to all things dark and occultish, because he mentioned the Dybbuk in his book Pet Sematary, which, for those of you who don't know, is a soul of someone who's passed away and has a tendency to be a pretty evil prick, for use of a better term. Dybbuks will actually possess people. I mean, they can possess just a single part of the human body. So that was like, wow, Stephen King's 1984 at that, before all these movies came out about Dybbuk. Stephen King, his books have also, I've learned, have an intertwined thread. He referenced The Shining when he said, "Here's Johnny," in Pet Sematary. He also referenced Cujo, like at the start of the book. I believe the older fellow said, you want to get your cat vaccinated and neutered, because up in Maine 6 people died due to a rabies of St. Bernard that was infected with rabies. And I'm like, oh my god, he mentioned Cujo. And then he mentions Derry, I think 2 times in the book, 2 or 3 times, which is the setting and the place where the clown Pennywise is. And this is absolutely fascinating. I also read, I think it was called It's about a pink Kindle, where he can see the past, the present, the future. And then I believe that one probably references back into the one about John F. Kennedy. I don't know what I think it's like 1163 or 112263. Don't judge me on that, because I don't know. But he's a master world builder. And I hate to say this, but in some ways I think Stephen King's far superior than George R.R. Martin when it comes to world building. And now that I'm thinking about it, The Mist would also go along with the world building, because they're all meshed together in a tapestry. A dark, ominous, terrifying tapestry. Kind of like the blanket you get when you, I was going to say put in a casket. That's as close as I can come. I know this is like a 5-minute video. That's a long time for me. So yeah, I definitely, if you haven't checked out Pet Sematary, I would definitely encourage you to check it out. The world building is absolutely exceptional. I give that book 5 stars, which usually doesn't happen. It's usually a 3 or 4 star kind of person. But Pet Sematary is just 5 stars. It just can't be beat. And I look forward to reading Thinner, which is my next book I got. So